All right, let's dive into something truly beautiful today, an idea called the divine architecture of the heart. And trust me, it's a concept that might just flip the script on how you see your deepest, most persistent feelings. So let's get right into it. So let me start by asking you a question. Think about those deep feelings you carry around. You know, that ache for meaning, that pull you feel for a real connection with other people? What if we've been looking at all of that completely backward? What if they're not flaws we're supposed to fix, but they're actually clues? Clues pointing to something absolutely essential about who we are.
At the very heart of this whole perspective is this one powerful thought. It suggests that the force behind everything, the Creator, isn't some distant, abstract power. No, it's a being of heart, a being whose deepest, most fundamental impulse is just to share love. I mean, if you start from that premise, it changes absolutely everything.
Right. So if we run with that idea, that the universe is literally built on a foundation of love, it completely reframes how we see the act of creation itself. Let's take a look at what that new cosmic picture really looks like.
From this point of view, creation stops being this one-time event that happened billions of years ago and was then over. Instead, it becomes this ongoing expression, a living message that's still unfolding. The entire universe is like a giant canvas, and every star, every planet, every living thing is a brushstroke painted with intention. It's not just stuff, it's a conversation, it's a relationship in motion.
So where do we fit into this cosmic painting? Well, we're not just some random biological accident that popped up. No way! In this picture, we are intentional. We're like reflections in a mirror. We exist because the source of it all, this God of heart, desired to be known, to be experienced, through beings who could feel, who could choose, and most importantly, who could love back. Okay, so that's the big cosmic idea. But what's really fascinating is how this grand concept isn't just out there in the stars, it's also in here. It leaves its fingerprints, its signatures, right inside of us, in the very architecture of our inner world.
You know that phrase, made in God's image? Well, this idea suggests it has absolutely nothing to do with what we look like on the outside. It's all about what we can do on the inside. It's about a shared blueprint of capacity, the ability we have to love, the power to imagine new realities, that drive to create. These aren't just random human traits. They're echoes of the divine. They're part of our inheritance.
And this is where it gets really, really good. This is the big reframe. On one side, you have the common view, how we often see our deepest feelings as flaws to overcome. But then look at the other side, the divine view. Suddenly, that ache for meaning, it's not a sign that you're lost. It's an echo of the universe's own intention. Your instinct for compassion, not a weakness, it's a direct reflection of a God of heart. And that deep longing for connection, that's not a flaw, it's a feature. It's proof that you were designed for relationship from the ground up.
So let's test this out. Let's look at some of our most powerful feelings through this new lens. Okay, first up, loneliness. Why do we feel that deep, painful pang?
It's not a malfunction. It's a signal. It's like a warning light on your dashboard, telling you that a core need isn't being met. The pain of its absence just proves how essential connection truly is to our nature.
All right, next one. What about that fire we feel when we see an injustice? That powerful gut feeling that something is just plain wrong.
That pull comes from a kind of internal compass, a moral heartbeat that resonates with the very character of the one who shaped us. And one more. What about that urge to create, to write, to paint, to build something, to make something new where there was nothing before? Where does that come from? That impulse is a direct inheritance. We create because we are made by a creator. It's a signature woven right into our very being. So, when you start seeing these signatures all around you and inside of you, the purpose of a spiritual life, it transforms. It's no longer a desperate search for something new, but a journey of remembering what was there all along.
And honestly, what a powerful release that is. We can stop the frantic search for a purpose out there as if it's something we have to invent from scratch. Instead, we can quiet down and just listen to the purpose that's already and has always been pulsing right there within our own hearts.
So the path forward becomes pretty clear. It's kind of like 3 steps. First, we recognize our longings for what they are, divine imprints. Second, we realize our purpose isn't missing, it's innate. And third, we participate. And this is the big one. Every act of kindness, every moment of courage, every choice to love, it isn't just a nice thing to do. It's an act of participating in the exact same creative, loving force that brought the whole universe into being.
And this really brings it all home. The goal isn't to transform yourself into something you're not. It's about peeling back all the layers of fear and confusion and doubt to remember the fundamental truth of who you have been all along, a living expression of a love that wanted to be shared.
So I'll leave you with this. This isn't just some big philosophical idea to chew on. It's incredibly practical. If this is true, if you, at your very core, are a living expression of love designed to be shared, then the only question that really matters is, what will you share with the world today?